fighters, axes high, shields strong. From distant lands we gather, hearts of fire all along. Obey because we follow, through the storm and through the fight. For Valhalla we will borrow strength and might under moonlight. Warriors of the ancient sea, songs of glory dark and bold. In the night, our spirits free, legends born, tales unfold. Oh, big because we follow, through the storm and through the fight. For Valhalla we will borrow strength and might under moonlight.
Heyo, folks! Heyo, folks! I forgot that was that long. Okay. Heyo, good to see you. Did you miss me? I missed you. Now, yeah, I know it's Saturday. I'm not supposed to stream. I'm supposed to have weekends off, but I miss you guys. I mean, I've been streaming almost daily for the past 2 years. And I feel a lot better. It seems like my pneumonia is finally losing its grip, and I'm regaining energy. Miss Viking also said so, that she looking better and better. So I decided to do one of the things that I get some requests about, and that is Judge Fletscher. Since I cover some of the things that Judge Boy does, you guys keep telling me you check out Judge Fletscher. Now, I know who he is. I've seen a few clips, but I haven't actually covered it. So I thought, well, now's a good time. Now's a good time. So that is what I am supposed to do. I believe. I think. And first of all, hello, YouTube. Hello, you over at Rumble. Not on X today. I'm doing a bit of an experiment to see if me streaming on X somehow affects what I stream on YouTube. I don't know, but yeah, I need to get rid of this so-called shadow ban in some way, shape, or form. So let's try different things. Hello, Christine. Been a member for 19 months. In 19 months of Viking crew. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Who else is here? Skillet Pan, Justin Wright, Hope, Gwendolyn, KLB, Sebastian, Becky, Factual Lie, and a bunch more. Good to have you here. Yeah, so I've picked out a couple of things from Judge Fletscher's because there's a lot of it. So I picked out a couple of things that I think should be fun. I haven't actually watched it, but it is the first one here is a 14-minute video, and then it's an 11-minute video. But if you have clips that you think, hey, that's a fun one, go to X and DM me, or just say something in chat, like sorry, like what's the name of that specific thing you want me to look at. So that is today's what I plan to do today. Now, besides that, I had one yesterday. I'm having one today as well. It is Schwarzbier, the Neuzeller Schwarzbier. Because why not? It's Saturday. It is 7 p.m. where I am. It is 1 p.m. in Eastern time. It is tomorrow Australian time, and yeah, it's still Saturday. Patty says it's only 1 p.m. where you are. Yeah, East Coast, United States, but it's 7 p.m. here, and I think I deserve it. So. There, and this is why it's called a Schwarzbier, black beer. Stock Snatcher is here. Hey! All right, so let's get right into it, I think. Let's get right into it. Dun, dun, da. This is the 15 violations in 6 minutes. Judge Fletscher explodes. Let me just in case it needs more better volume. All right, let's see what this is all about. Mickey fan, 7:30 a.m. Sunday. Yay! On the other side of the planet. Good to have you here, Amica fan.
So we were here for one bond violation report, which I don't think that one actually got filed. I think you had just requested it. He had picked up a new case, you no proceed, state dismissed, but the new case involved him possessing, though not using, a kitchen knife. And so the bond conditions.
I didn't ding him on it, did I?
Well, you had asked us to come back today to address the fact that he had.
Oh, right.
Kitchen
That he had the knife, correct.
Yeah, so not that he had potentially committed a crime, but that he had a kitchen knife when he was ordered not to have a weapon.
Guys, I need your help. Come up, Mr. Lidon. The initial reason that we were here today was because of the case that you picked up that I found no probable cause, and that I had an issue because they were alleging that a knife was, I guess, allegedly in possession or whatnot.
The allegation is possession. There was no allegations of use or threat. It's just that he had a kitchen knife on him.
You are on bond for a terroristic threat. As part of your bond condition, you had several. You're not to be in possession of any weapons. You have a GPS monitor, and you're not to go within a certain boundary of the complaining witness in this case. It has now come to my attention through pretrial services that you have bond violations. Mr. Franklin has not been compliant with his conditions of bond. Client has failed to not have contact with a prohibited person or visit.
Oh, I kind of remember this guy from one of the videos that is out there that a lot of people have seen, where Judge Fletscher finds no probable cause and tells the guy, be careful. Apparently, he wasn't careful.
Visiting a restricted location. Client was ordered by the court not to go within 500 feet of the Northwood Drive apartment in Baytown. On 2/25, client received a victim exclusion zone alert at 10:22 a.m. The victim exclusion zone was cleared at 10:28 a.m. In fact, what I've been told by pretrial is that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 instant.
Okay, interject, Judge. I think that's all in a 6-minute window. So I think he crossed into the exclusion zone at 10:22 and out at 10:28. And so I could proffer to the court what was given to me from pretrial. Not that I'm admitting.
Judge has a copy.
Then never mind.
I get it.
In no way admitting that this would be admissible. And looking at what pretrial has provided, it looks like he walked about 1,000, maybe 1,500 feet in about a 6-minute window through the exclusion zone. And while it says contact, there's no alleged contact with any person. It's just, I know, but it's the way it's written.
How do we know?
Well, no one has complained to the state. And so it looks like he walked through an exclusion zone, which is, speaking with pretrial, is actually larger than it normally is. I think it's at 500 Is it 500
I
feet?
at 500 feet because I didn't want him to go anywhere near the complaining witness in this case.
Yes, Judge.
This is the same complaining witness that we have the last case that I know PC'd.
No, the two are unrelated.
They are different complaints, but
Yes. And so the terroristic threat was, they're both strangers. The terroristic threat is, the allegation is that my client asked to bum a cigarette, got in an argument when he died. And then the newer case with no PC was that some random person's window was broken and somehow my client got charged with it when no one saw or had any evidence to believe that he had done it. But when the police made scene, he didn't had a kitchen knife, I believe, is the allegation. I will say that the new case, it was no PC, but there's also no evidence. There's no offense report, there's no videos, because it's a week old.
It's because they didn't go get anything because I know PC'd it.
Well, that's part of it. It's also Baytown, and Baytown.
But the problem is that we continue to have issues with Mr. Franklin.
So Mr. Franklin is going to have issues on bond or not, Your Honor. His mental illness is quite severe. He's received hospitalizations in the past. His orange sheet is right at a page, if not over. And so the system is aware. I would take this court or ask this court to take caution in the sense that we're not having a formal hearing. There's no testimony presented. I'm fine with having a conversation. But if the court should wish to revoke
We're
his
having a hearing right now.
well, then nothing has been admitted because there was no admissible evidence. I'll find to discuss with the court what has been alleged, but there is no admissible evidence of either location or possession because nobody has testified to either. And I don't think the pretrial services officer in this room would have the ability to testify how a GPS device works. Not to be mean to her, but it's not her job. And so she's not going to have any knowledge of the firsthand knowledge of the device.
We continue to have issues with Mr. Franklin and I'm tired of it. I'm
And
not dealing with this anymore. I only have one way to fix this.
so I've spoken with the state, particularly the chief. We're leaning towards reaching a resolution on a mental health diversion, Judge. It's not 100% that we're there, but it sounds like we're going to do it where we send him for an evaluation. So I'm going to file a competency evaluation just in case. But
So that there's another 30 days.
Why haven't you filed a competency test before? Apparently, this new charge is not entirely new. Neither was the old charge, which was, of course, no PC on it. But still, if you have this reoccurring client of yours, that should be, and you claim mental illness, that should be one of the first things that you file each time, in my opinion. My volume is low. I saw there. Hold on. Audio. I lowered the chords a bit and raised mine a bit. Tell me if you need more adjustments.
I'm not going to sit here and wait for him to have another bond violation. No, because he's doing whatever he wants to do, because that's what's happening here.
yes, Judge, and if you'd like to revoke his bond, which I can understand the court's position, I would just ask that we have a formal hearing with testimony where the rules of evidence would apply, which statutorily they would apply to any revocation of bond.
I'm still going to take him into custody. I find that he's a danger to our community. He's continuing to just. Mr. Franklin,
speak.
what am I supposed to do? Continue to let this happen?
For me,
Don't form.
I ain't getting no justice.
I found no PC on your case last time.
I ain't doing nothing to nobody.
All I'm asking you to do is stay away from this place.
What I'm supposed to do? I'm trying to take care of my nieces and nephews, running back and forth to the
If you-
store and stuff. What I'm supposed to do? What you want me to do?
If you need things, we can.
All I'm doing is the best I can. I'm not doing nothing to nobody. What you want me to do? I didn't have nothing to do with none of this.
Listen,
You ain't
I want
stopping
you to
nobody
listen.
from raping me.
What?
Just slow yourself down, okay?
is he saying that
He's insistent.
family that lives near here?
So he's given me, I've been trying to get a directive. So he lives partially with cousin and with mom, who are both on this side of town, and he essentially migrates between the two. Because of his mental health issues, I'm having a problem confirming the addresses to confirm this
Franklin.
information.
Where are you staying?
My mama's house, but she threw me out this morning. So it's the same thing. She pulled a pistol on me and trying to tell me to shut up and let her say whatever she want to say. Switching up everything, making it hard on me.
Does your mom live near this address?
She stay down Nolan. When I leave,
No.
I don't have nowhere to go. I go to my cousins. I buy them food. I do the same thing I
The
do.
problem is that are they within this address?
They stay down Nolan in Bay Terre.
No. Baytown is a big city. I don't want you to go near where the complaining witnesses live. That's all I'm asking you to do.
But I was just having to go to my oldest cousin's house and my mother-in-law's house, get food, and then
So
go get my
here's what I
medicine.
want you to do. I want you to talk with Mr. Meunier right now, and I want to know exactly where they live in relation to this address. That's what I want to know.
Remember
I'm
my mother's address?
To put you in or not. All I want to know is why. Because I've asked you not to go to this place, and yet, no. I want you to talk to your lawyer, and I want to figure out where the places are where your mom lives, where the cousins live, so we know exactly where you can
Yes, sir.
and can't go.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you understand?
Yes, sir. I completely.
Go.
Thank you, Judge. I've been trying to get the addresses and it's somewhat difficult, but we'll give it another try.
A few moments.
Yeah, it's so hard when it comes to people with mental health issues, because in so many cases it's not that they don't have a choice, it is that they don't understand the choices they have, because their wiring is different than most people. And I'm not saying that we should institutionalize people, but at some point in time, it might be a better idea for some people. Not everyone. Most people, here's your medication, let's control it, yada yada yada. But some people needs to be away from the population. I don't know about this particular guy, what his exact mental health issues are, but it seems like he didn't have the support he should have had early on, and it's just developing and spiraling now.
Later.
I think I have the location figured out. It took a while because getting addresses from my client is
I understand.
difficult.
It's okay.
So if you were to look at the exclusion zone, numbers 10 and 19 are just left of it. That is the cousin's house. So he lives probably 30 feet outside the exclusion zone. And so my client.
So hold on a second. You're saying
So,
13.
so numbers 10 and 19, because I have the ones I have are numbered.
I see it. 10 and 19. That's that
So-
cousin.
That, from what I can tell, is the cousin's house. I'm having to do this with
What
Google
about
Maps.
number 24?
Well, no. What I'm saying is that's where he's kind of living. He then walks through the exclusion zone. Mom's house is about 2 miles due east. This one, I think he was walking to CVS to get his psych meds. And so he goes through the exclusion zone to get to Garth Road, which is the road that the CVS is on, which is just outside the map. I can show you on my phone if you'd like. So he walks to Garth and then goes north up Garth to get to the CVS and then east to Mop. So I think this 6-minute window, I think is him walking through the exclusion zone to get to CVS. As far as I can tell, that's what's going on. He never stops very long. It's a 6-minute time. It's
CVS in relation to this.
so in relation to the map, if you keep going east of the map, maybe half a mile.
I don't understand
Exclusion zones, if you just go by radius, are difficult if the town isn't big enough. And in this case, where the CVS is located, either he walks the shortest path and gets directly there, or he has to do this enormous walk, which might put him into more problem, because this is a person who really shouldn't have human interaction outside of people who understand and can handle him. And since he claims his mother pulled a gun at him,
The curve.
That's him trying to walk around the apartment. He was trying.
He's right next to it, man. It's like literally within
He's going to get his psych meds, Judge. Rash thinking is not 100% level. He's trying to go around it, from what I can tell. Well, I don't know, Judge. I think there's a big field, and I think he's trying to go around to get to the field, to walk through the field. But CVS is. Here, let me just show you my phone. That'll be the easier.
I want you to understand something and listen to this clear. I want to protect every person in my county, and I want them to feel safe. This person is scared of you. That's why I don't want you near them. Do you understand, Mr. Franklin? All I'm asking you to do is stay away, because I don't want you to accidentally bump into them on the street. You guys exchange words, and then it goes absolutely haywire. That's what I'm trying to prevent. Do you understand? It's not to be mean to you. It's not to take away this. I'm a nice person. I don't like to put people in jail. But if you're going to be a problem and you're going to scare my city, I've got a problem with that, and I'm not going to take it.
Yeah. Here you have the perpetrator and the victim. And the victim's needs has to come first. If this person, Mr. Franklin, is unable to avoid this and other situations, the judge's hands are tied. He has to protect the victim or victims against this man. I feel for this man, Mr. Franklin. I really, really do. Here's the thing. If he is a danger to others, he has to be contained in some capacity.
You understand? So CVS, where you're trying to get to on that map, is nowhere near where this person lives. Your cousin lives outside of the area of the zone of exclusion. Look at me. Mr. Franklin, there's no reason for you to go near where this person lives. You need to find another way. I'm not going to do this with you again. Do you understand? I'm trying to be nice to you now, and I'm trying to warn you that I don't want you to go near anywhere where they live. If you need help, Nathan can help you out. If you need a place to stay, we can find you a place. If you need eat food, if you need a job, we have resources we can give you. All you have to do is ask. But
He can't give you a job. He can tell you where to go to try to find you.
but I want everyone to feel safe. Do you understand? That's all I want.
Oh my God.
Like I want you to feel safe. That's it. Here, everyone gets a fair shake. Everyone. I found no PC on your case last time, right? That's a fair shake. It doesn't get any more fair than that. Do you understand? I'm well within my right now to put you in custody. I'm not going to. But I want you to understand that I'm not going to do this again. You understand? I'm not asking much. Okay? All right.
Thank you, Judge.
So just please
I
make
try to.
a path for him to go around so
Um,
that there are no more issues.
Mr. Honor, I was going to see if we could shave some of the, I think it's 500 feet, and the cousin lives just outside, and it looks like GPS is giving some false positives. I was going to see if we could lower it to 400 instead of 500?
The D was for the cluster in the center, that would be 200. The C would be a.
Okay. All right, hold on a second. Are you saying that the circle is within 200?
So that circle's within 500, but it was originally at 200. And so he was deemed to be within 200 feet.
But these right here are
Yeah,
not,
so that's gonna be outside of it. So he's not being deemed for those. They show all the points that is being,
yep,
but that's not a violation.
okay.
Yeah. So even if it is easy by law standards, this is a guy who is sometimes is closer than he should be to the victim. But then you have to add in all the things. And what Judge Fletscher does here is wonderful, because he offers help when he sees this is a person who needs help. And that is amazing. There are, and we have all seen the judges who never give anybody a break, regardless of the situation. Judge Fletscher tries to solve a problem. The jail is the last resort for Judge Fletscher. And that is one of the things that is absolutely amazing with that guy. Hey, Amber Dawn, Dan Johnsons, thank you so much for your $2 super chat. Thumbs up is free. Love you, Nick. I loves you too. Loves you too. So, folks, what would be, it's hard, because what would be, other than what Judge Fletscher is already doing, what would you try to do to help this guy? It's so hard because we don't know all the circumstances. And a person with, like Mr. Franklin that we just saw, when you a person with mental illnesses, it is so hard to help them without the forcible help. And hello, Baker Raid! Broken Baker Raid! Got raided! Hello, folks! Hello! Hello! Welcome to the correct side of Öresund. Hi, T-Rex and Trucking and More, Baker Raid, yay! We are watching Judge Fletscher. He is semi-famous lawyer who streams his things, or at least people put out his court on different YouTube channels. And I must say, I like him. It's Judge Fletscher, Judge Boyd, are two judges I really, really enjoy watching. Yeah, as Amica fan says, he is very switched on to each case and is there to help, not just assert authority. Oh. T-Rex Trucking and More. Oh yeah, old Squishy Gardener's Court. Watch this judge fairly often, I believe. Okay. Yeah. This is the first time I've actually covered Judge Fletscher, what he does. I have seen him in clips and highlights. So I thought, because every time I do a stream or video about Judge Boyd, everybody tells me, Judge Fletscher! So today we are watching Judge Fletscher. Okay, so Baker is already done. Is all did they finish the alcohol? Yes, KLF. Dali streams Fletscher's live feed daily at 10 a.m. Eastern time. I know. Here, as of now, with this stream, this is a beginner's course, so to speak. So I look for the 10 to 15 minute clips on YouTube. That way I can react to it. I can make my commentary. they are easily distinguishable. But okay, if you have a clip you really want me to take a look at, just tell me the name of it, and make sure it's from a channel that doesn't strike people. Yeah, both of your favorite judges are in Texas. Two of my favorite, yeah, with Judge Fletscher and Judge Boyd. Then, of course, you have the judge in the Adelson case, also really, really good, really good. Then you have the judge in the Y&W Melly case, who, I mean, by the circumstances of being a judge in Miami-Dade, where the prosecutions are provably corrupt, and yeah. David says he's always ponytail judge in Northern Michigan. Okay. I mean, I'm up for it, because as you guys know, or if you didn't know, I've been, instead of jumping case from case and stream all the cases, I will be focusing on fewer trials, which I actually cover. The Adelson trial, which is upcoming. The Y&W Melly trial. Then you have the Delphi case, the Zachariah Anderson case, which I need to tell, because last time I covered the Zachariah Anderson case, I had maybe 5,000 subscribers. There's a bunch of new people here who may not have heard about that case. So I need to bring in a bit more streamlining. After my pneumonia, I need to take care of my body and not put 150% into everything here. All right, time for the next clip. Oh, wrong one. This is Criminal History Nightmare. Let's see what this is all about.
Good morning, Mr. Kimball.
How you doing?
Pretty good. So I've never met you before. I don't know who you are. All I know is that your lawyer is asking me to, I'm assuming, set him a bond, right? You know, you're wanted from somewhere. I don't know for what. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm going to set you bond. I got to get to know you in the short time that I have you here to see, are you a danger to my community? If we give you a bond, are you going to go back? I have no idea. So let's get to know. Amy?
Judge, so he's wanted from Guadalupe County, New Mexico, aggravated battery against a household member with a deadly weapon. As the court knows, he's also being held in the 351st for credit and debit card abuse.
No, I had no idea. Say it.
And I believe they also just filed a motion to revoke his probation on fraud use.
He's on probation too.
Yes, and they're motioning to revoke as well. He also has 2 bond forfeitures that I'm seeing, and then he has quite a bit of history with burglaries. And
All right. A bunch of bond violations and outstanding things. And all right. I don't think Judge Fletscher will be as lenient with this guy as he was with the last guy.
Gosh. Whoa. So since 2007, possession of marijuana, possession of a controlled substance, evading arrest, possession of a controlled substance, felon in possession of a weapon, attempted evading arrest or detention, tampering or fabricating evidence, evading arrest and previous conviction, burglary of a building, possession of controlled substance, burglary of motor vehicle, evading arrest, credit card abuse, burglary of a motor vehicle, evading credit card abuse, possession with intent to deliver. And 1, 2, 3, 4 more burglary of a motor vehicle, failure to ID, possession of a dangerous drug. You're on probation for a fraud. You pick up a new credit card abuse, and you want me to set you a bond?
Oh, yeah. I don't think that is a possibility. And I see on the headline of this particular crypt that he will argue he's being framed. I don't think that will go well.
Can I please tell you something? If you don't mind me speaking,
Don't talk about the case.
I'm not talking about no case.
Okay.
I was in here, been held on, the case for defending violence in New Mexico, right? And they just got called ATW twice. They did not release me. I was not released. They sent me back to my cell, and since they didn't release me, they ended up putting a credit card of Bruce on me. Now, I don't know, where that falls in or whatever, they just put it on me.
So if I can give you a brief synopsis of the timeline, Judge.
Sure.
So January 15th, he waived extradition for his New Mexico case, which is why we have the fugitive. He also had a Dallas County hold at the same time, which means the Dallas.
Here's another. No.
True, but Dallas County had 10 days to pick him up. So they did not pick him up in those 10 days. So let's say January.
I know that. I get it.
Let's just say, okay, so they didn't release the whole, they should have released the whole 25th. They didn't. What they did is instead, 3 days later.
Talking the Dallas County hold.
Dallas County hold. So what should have happened is that on the 25th, they released the Dallas County hold, which at that moment, there was no locals or anything pending, and they should have started the timeline for New Mexico to come pick him up. But instead, Dallas did not release the hold until I believe the 29th, because conveniently, on the 28th, the DA's office filed 2B charges on a credit card abuse from a case that they had had since November. So just,
December. I see here, December 22nd, 2024.
I'm sorry, from December, you're right. So it just seemed like the timeline expired. And I believe Mr. Kimball's just really upset because if it should have worked like it should have worked, then, why didn't they release the hold in time? Why didn't the DA's office file it? It just seems like they're sort of dragging it along. I understand that he does not have a bond on his felony cases, and they did file the MRP. He has an attorney there who is going to be requesting to set a bond there. What Mr. Kimball is asking is a bond here, even though, and I said, he's going to be making the bond there in felony. So let's say his bonds get set in felony and his bond gets set here. He wants to bond out and go to New Mexico, address that case, and then he said he'll be back and forth. He's already got the MRP and the felony credit abuse case here, but he wants to be able to fight them in the free world, and he is willing to go to New Mexico, turn himself in. I've been in contact with his mother, and I guess just
He's willing to fight his charges from the outside after almost 2 decades of constant criming, allegedly. He's going to go there voluntarily, ignore the bond violations in the past. Oh,
just because of that lapse in timeline, it's kind of like why we're here, because, in part, if you have anything else to add, I think he just feels kind of screwed by the system on this. Is there anything else, Mr. Kimball, that I missed?
Nah, did she send the video to your phone? Oh, all right.
In 2023 alone, Mr. Kimball, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In one of the misdemeanor cases, you have presumably a bond at 5,010, which tells me that you've taken off on that case as well. You're on probation. You had a hold at a Dallas for, what did he have a hold at a Dallas for?
Violation.
Out of Dallas.
You're hopscotching with the states with the criminality,
No,
man.
I got look, I had all the cases together and they gave me probation in Houston and Dallas. See, that's what you don't know. They dismissed a bunch of them cases has been dismissed. And I've been to trial twice. A bunch of them cases has been expunged on that record right there that you're saying. You know what I'm saying? But they gave me probation in Dallas and Houston. Dallas supposed to transfer my probation to Houston. They did not transfer my probation to Houston. That's how I get a violation in Dallas. I never violated by kissing any new case. Only time I caught a case is when for the New Mexico, say something happened in a family violence 2024. I never even been to New Mexico. The girl wrote a statement on me saying that I violated whatever. I understand. I know I don't supposed to tell you nothing, but I got videos. She's saying everything that she said is a lie. I don't even supposed to be having the case for new. I wouldn't even supposed to come to jail for that case. She has the videos in her phone. She can show you. She's showing her ID, everything.
That poor attorney. Her eyes just went, oh, stop talking about the cases. Oh. Yeah. Mr. I don't remember your name. What is it about everything remaining silent because everything you say can be used against you? It doesn't matter if this case is in this court and another case is in another state. They can still use what you say here. Oh no. Sometimes I wish that defense attorneys could have a mute button on their clients because oh.
Made the whole statement saying that everything that she said to me in New Mexico is a lie, bro. I'm just dry getting hold for this case.
We really,
I understand it.
it doesn't matter.
Yes, sir. I understand it.
It seems to me,
Yes, sir.
you get out, you pick up a new case. You were out, you just picked up a new credit card abuse 2 weeks ago. December 22nd, I mean, maybe 3 weeks ago, you just picked up another case. You're on probation in Houston, you're on probation in Dallas,
Sir.
you got an open case in New Mexico.
Yes, sir.
I can't possibly give you a bond, Mr. Kimball. You know, I think that I need to protect my community. And if I give you a bond, I'm scared that something else is going to happen. I don't want you to pick up a 6th or 7th case, you know?
I ain't pick up a case. I came to jail for a case a year ago for New Mexico. I was already
Just
on probation.
picked up.
No, they just put
Credit
a
card.
case on me while I was in
Nah.
custody. I didn't never get caught for anything. They just put a case on me while I've been in custody.
I never got caught for anything. Oh no.
Right now. This time waiting on New Mexico and Dallas to come get me. They just put this case on me. They just put this on me.
I want to make sure that there are no more new cases get on you anymore. I'm not going to give you a bond because, Mr. Kimball, you scare me. You know, you do.
I never had an aggravated case. I never had an aggravated case in my life. You see my record. I never had an aggravated case.
I don't see, the
Period.
only thing I see
I'm
is
saying
Harris.
everything you're saying. I never had an aggravated case out of Harris County, Dallas, anywhere in Texas, ever. Ever.
I believe you, but it's just way too much baggage, dude. Way too much.
But I'm saying you can't just set a bond on the case. And when I go to court, you know what I'm saying? I talk to my other judge. She give me a bond on them cases or whatever, where I can go handle everything that I need to handle so I can get out and be with my kids. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't, so say if they do set the bond when I go to court, because they're going to give me a court date in like a week or two. I'm going to go to court, they're going to set a bond for me. So they set a bond. Now I got to come back to your courtroom again for you to say, oh, well, I'm not going to give you a bond or whatever. They got 14 days to come get me. When actually I really supposed to already been gone to either Dallas or New Mexico because they called me ATW twice and they said they was not going to come get me. And we called to New Mexico. New Mexico said they didn't have any knowledge of me even being in jail on their warrant.
Is New Mexico, have they stated that they're going to come get him?
Our indication at this time is that they want him, Judge.
Okay. They're going to come get you. You know, the problem is that 14 days is told because you've not made bond on those cases upstairs. Once you do make bond at that point, that will get the 14 days for New Mexico to come get you. But Mr. Kimball, you've got a ton of priors. You're on probation in two different counties. You got to, regardless, it's too much baggage. I'm not going to give you a bond. You scare me, dude. That's it. Really, you know, sometimes the bill comes due. Now is that time. It's not going to happen anymore. Okay, thanks. Ms. Ferryman, you were charged with the offense of interference with the duty.
Okay, so Again, this time I don't think the judge's hands were tied, but it, yeah, whatever your name was, if you have pending cases in 2 counties, you're out on bond and you still pick up cases, you kind of have to fight those from the inside. Now, if everything is settled, you didn't do it, then you're probably walking. Yeah. Presumption of innocence, folks. Presumption of innocence. But at preliminary hearing, like a bond hearing, they have to go by your baggage. And Judge Fletscher, he explained it very, very sympathetic. Dude, no. All right. But the way he speaks, and also the excuses from some defendants, are just hilarious. Yeah, W. McMaster, it was for his own good. He didn't want the guy to keep digging the hole deeper. Yeah. Yeah, Patty, this judge is awesome. Awesome. All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's see here. I will share this, subtitles, and let's move on to the next one.
I don't understand why you were still pushing your luck.
Oh,
you were
that's an interesting intro to this this clip. I don't think this is going to go too well for this defendant.
supposed to register immediately upon doing the 3 days as a condition. When did she do the 3 days, please?
September 20th is when she went in, and that Monday, I think, to reinstate her, judge.
September 20th.
She did, she was released on when, the 21st?
23rd is when she was released.
Released the 23rd. She was supposed to register immediately, starting the IOP. And what day did she register?
Yesterday.
Says her probation officer told her she had a month.
I told you here what you were supposed to do.
Uh-oh.
I'm tired of playing this game, Andrea.
At least
I'm
she's
tired of
registered.
playing this game. It's like, you know, when this is what happens when you're too nice. It's over and over. People take advantage of you like crazy. It took 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks for her to sign up for IOP, Andrea. 4 weeks.
Can you, since she's already registered,
No, I mean, I'm done with this. I'm just, what?
let her see if she goes, if she attends? I don't have there's not much that I can say. I don't have much to stand on,
She
but
doesn't take us seriously.
I'm hoping that you will allow, since she's already registered, you'll allow
Let's
us,
do this. Let's do this.
because she has an ankle monitor on. That's on. It's
I'm
on.
gonna send her for a drug test right now. I want to see what if anything that she's gonna test positive for. And then
I can see her first.
right now, I want to send her for a test. And then I guess we'll talk when she comes back, because first things first, I want to know if she's clean. If she's not clean, it's over. That's it. But
Yep.
if she's clean, then we'll talk about how we go further.
Did I
But-
send her back here?
Uh,
How long, so I know how to manage everything else that I
I have
have?
your cell phone, right?
Yes,
I'll text you when she comes back
okay.
and
This will be interesting.
I don't know. Just take a seat for me a minute.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Andrew.
Judge, will you go to Ms. Ramirez?
Absolutely.
And they are back.
Yes.
Probation department either feels A, she's reached a point where they can no longer help her and she needs that higher level of care than the probation department can give her. Or B, if the probation department feels that they can still treat her, we follow the recommendation of the probation department, B being Texas.
And there is a 6-month extension, but it's less than 7 months.
But Judge, if she registered for the classes, there will be completed in 6 months.
I'm not doing a 6-month reset for her to do one class a
We
week.
can bring her to court. We can bring her to court for status updates. I'm 100% on board with that. I think that that's actually a very good idea. But what I'm saying is that the probation department feels that she could be helped with the IOP and SOP. That's my understanding. Please correct me if I'm saying something wrong. My understanding is that probation department feels that they could help her with the IOP SOP. I think that to her defense, nobody told her she needs to register, at least as far as I'm aware, 2 to 3 times a week. So
I told her last time we were here.
now when we approached, because I was with her, Judge.
I told
No, I
her.
was with her and I don't remember you saying that.
I told her what you need to have done, and then this is what you registered for. When you come back, this is what we're gonna end up doing. Regardless, look, regardless.
What I'm saying is, since the probation department feels that they can help her, if she can register to one of the 3, and I'm gonna bring her up here with, if you decide to allow her to continue, I'm gonna bring her up here and we all talk, so everybody's on the same page. If she does it within like a week, not a month like we did last time.
I'm not ever going to reset her for over 2 weeks at a time
And that's
because I
fine.
can't trust anything to happen.
And that's fine.
And Mr. Lindsay, unfortunately, the way it works is that it's unfortunately like a little child. They push and they push and they push. And it's truly, it's childish because they push and they push to see how much they can get away with. And as evidenced here, you sign up the day before court.
This is
Yeah.
all, this is all predicated on if the court does not rescind its order for supervision.
What I'm going to do now is I'm going to reset her for 1 week. She has 1 week to sign up for the 3-time-a-week course. She needs to come back, show us that she's done that. And then after that, I'm going to set her off 2 weeks. Every single 2
Can I bring her up
weeks.
here? So
Sure.
I want her to be part of the conversation, so if she comes back and she doesn't do, so nobody can, so there's no possibility of saying,
I'm so over this, it's just ridiculous. Come up, Ms. Ramirez. So I will indefinitely set this case off 2 weeks at a time to make sure that it gets done. Because I can't do 4-week resets anymore, unfortunately. So we are now going to have to micromanage just. I don't think that this is right. And I don't think that this is fair because it really spits in the face of every single person who does a good job with this program. And what you're doing now is not what this program is designed to do. And it really violates the spirit because this is a program that's supposed to teach you right and wrong, teach you how to act in the free world. And you've done everything against that. I mean, for you to sign up for the class 1 day before court, it's just, it hurts. And it's shameful. Because when I told you, last time you were here, I told you that I wanted you to sign up immediately after you were done. And you sat there and you waited. Not 1 week, not 2 weeks, not 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Oh, person's calling back.
So now you've shown me that I can't do long resets on your case. So if you fail one more time, if you ever fail to attend a meeting, if you ever fail to whatever you need to do, you will be out of this program. I will not do this again, and I will immediately set your case for trial. You have 1 week to sign up for the class. That's 3 times a week. And thereafter, you will get 2-week resets every single time to show me that you have attended this class 3 times a week. If you fail to go one of those times in a week, because it's the class is designed for you to go 3 times a week, every week. And if you fail to do that, that's it. Do you understand?
Judge, just to make sure we're all on the same page. Judge is asking you to go back to that list that you have and find a place that offers the program 3 times, IOP 3 times a week. What are the requirements? Is SOP once a week or, okay,
Has to complete IOP.
right. So you have to go back to the list, find a place to register for IOP that does it, that meets 3 times a week. You do IOP, and once you're done with IOP, you find SOP that meets once a week. And you have to have, right, and you have to be registered in the IOP that meets 3 times a week by next court setting, which will be in about a week.
Not about exactly a week.
Okay, do I have it
Next
correct?
Wednesday.
Do I have it correct, Judge? Right, okay, so do you understand that?
Yes.
There's not gonna be another 2 months. Okay.
Yeah, this young woman is clearly backed into she backed herself into a corner. This is what I would call entitlement. The thing that, oh, I don't have to because I'm worth more, or I don't have to because of this and that. But, young lady, you really don't have a choice in this. You really don't. I mean, just the fact she was there a month ago and not until a day before the new court date she started to sign up. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. And as Judge Fletscher said, he's not having it anymore.
Stay as nothing further, Judge, for the court.
In a week.
Thank you, Judge.
Hippie Santa Claus. I can live with that. I can live with that.
Morning, Mr. Dunham.
Okay. Don't know what happened to her. Don't know what happened to her. But it seems like they have a new case on this guy in the orange jumpsuit. So let's hear what he is all about.
How's jail?
Terrible.
Great. That makes me happy.
How's jail? Terrible. Great. That makes me happy. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. And before I forget it, thank you to SparkyZilla over at Rumble for your $5 Rumble rant saying, "Heyo, replay crew checking in for a few minutes of live." Thank you so much for your monetary support of this channel. Thank you so much. So, I want to hear that again.
Morning, Mr. Dunham. How's jail?
Terrible.
Great. That makes me happy. Because you got to understand, the worse of an experience you have, the higher likelihood when you do eventually get out, you'll think, if I do this, what's going to happen? If I say this, what's going to happen? Because that is the most important thing. You got to understand, we value public safety. It's really, really important to us. So you're here now because it looks like you picked up a case out of state and you want me to set you a bond. Is this right?
Yes, sir.
You need to understand that my only concern are 2 things. Number 1, are you a danger to my public? And number 2, if we set you a bond, are you going to go back to the jurisdiction that you wanted from?
Yes, sir.
Those are the two things that I'm concerned about. So, what's he wanted for out of state?
He's wanted out of South Carolina for robbery.
Robbery?
Yes, Judge. State would be opposed to a bond. He's currently has an open case of engaging in organized criminal activity. He's also on deferred for a third-degree felony theft, which he has not yet made the bond collectively of $50,000. He's also had a prior evading with a motor vehicle, misdemeanor evading motor vehicle, criminal mischief, and a theft. And it looks like based on the dates of each charge is that they're slowly escalating. It started with catalytic converters where he's using electric saws to steal them, but in the last evading is that he was also driving.
So, stealing catalysts from cars by throw him away, because this is so damn expensive to replace one of these. It's so damn expensive, and it's a hassle. And sometimes you end up with, if you buy it cheap, you end up with the same that was stolen from you. Oh, hello, Mr. Jingles. Mr. Jingles chose to join us. Everybody say hello to Mr. Jingles. He is, for you who don't know, he is the actual owner of this channel. I'm just here.
Stolen vehicle, and obviously now he's using weaponry or threats. And so based on the fact that from 2022 to now that he has been charged at least 6 times, 3 of which are felonies, and the fact that he has 2 open cases that he has not yet made bond on, is that he's a definition of a flight risk and safety risk. So I would be opposed to it.
Judge, Mr. Denham is requesting a bond because he has finals on Monday.
Finals?
Is a sophomore, major in nursing at Southern University in Baton Rouge.
What? Sophomore. And has all of these charges, and he's planning on nursing school? What? I have a hard time here doing the math. I need help from you guys. If you're here after the stream, put it in the comment section. How does the math go together here? He is in a program in order to take care of people, and is out stealing cars and stuff. Who will hire him once he's done? And he has pending cases and everything. I mean, giving him bond because of finals? Well, apparently, this kid doesn't give a damn about finals. Why do I say that? Because he's out doing crimes. Allegedly. Oh.
Are you really in school? Really? But you're in Houston. You have finals on Monday?
No, I came right in Houston.
Oh. Keep it down, please. I'm going to read something to you real quick, okay? And this is from what I'm reading now. This is from the magistrate. Motion for bond conditions, Harris County, none. Defendant has a hold. 10/16/24. Officers conduct an undercover sting crime suppression operation to catch suspects who are engaged in organized criminal activity, bank juggings. Officers use bait victims, undercover officers posing as bank customers, and bait vehicles. 3 suspect co-defendants, DeLeon Dunham, Messiah DeLeon Dunham, and Treventi DeMarcus Hilliard attempt a bank jugging on 1 bait car, but are unable to break the window. Shortly thereafter, they conduct a bank jugging on a second bank car, and this time break the window, bus signal given, and the officers execute a vehicle containment technique and a felony stop and apprehension. All three suspects, defendant in possession of criminal instruments. You're on probation for a third-degree felony. You have an open robbery out of a different state. Let me ask you again. You really want me to set you a bond?
I was just asking if it was possible.
No. You got to understand, at some point, we really, really value our public safety. Mr. Dunham, we are going to do everything in our power to protect it. And if I give you a bond, you may very well pick up did you say 6? How many charges?
Total in the course of the last 2.5 some odd years.
6?
6.
Sometimes we have to protect people from themselves because of their own. So, Mr. Dunham, I'm sorry, but I really think that you are a complete danger to our public, so I can't do it.
All right.
I'm sorry. But
The local.
I don't really think he had to apologize there. I mean, I understand him, why he says he's sorry, but I really, really don't think it was necessary. This guy knew exactly what would happen. So, yeah, but also, this is why Judge Fletscher is such a good judge. Where others wouldn't show sympathy, he still does.
Actually going to get reset for Tuesday, then reset again. He's set for preliminary appearance upstairs, so it's just an arraignment, but it's likely going to get kicked out again for discovery. And so I'm just
here's the deal, though. You need to understand that you have not made bond on your felony case. Okay, well, here's the deal. The problem is that while you have not made bond, your case here, the fugitive case, remains in a holding pattern. So the time that South Carolina would normally need to come get you is told until you make bond on that felony case. The other thing is that you're also on, Dave, where was he on felony probation from?
on deferred adjudication out of the 338 District Court for a third-degree felony theft.
I wonder why I can't even see that. Have they issued a motion to revoke on that one as well?
No, they set. Well, for some reason, it says to hold on JWeb, but it doesn't show it on. Yeah, no, hold on.
It's just from a couple of days ago. I'm assuming they're just following the MAJ.
On that.
Is that what you see, Dave?
Oh, you're right. They haven't filed the MAJ yet, but I can't see the processing queue in the 338. So pilot will be this weekend.
At some point, they're also probably going to issue another warrant for your arrest because of all these cases now, because you're on probation. So at that point, you'll also probably have to set a bond on that one, or they may not set a bond. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, being on probation, you have finals coming up, allegedly. He doesn't care about school.
Oh.
Right.
How old are you?
20.
You're 20?
All right.
Going the wrong way, Mr. Dunham.
Yeah, definitely going the wrong way. Definitely going the wrong way. And again, this is why I enjoy Judge Fletscher. He still shows sympathy because, and we have Mr. Jingles having an Only Cats moment. Mr. Jingles, this is I believe the 4th stream in a row you do cleaning that part on live, while live. It's almost as you try to do it only when we sat over there in the couch all afternoon watching TV and everything, not once. Now, okay. At least he has his back turned. Oh. Yeah, as I said, Mr. Jingles runs the show here. All right, let's check in on another one here. This is a longer one. So we had 3 shorter one, and let's do a longer one. This one is 57 minutes. 57 minutes. So we'll see what this is all about. It is called Judge Fletscher unleashes fury on defendant with multiple assault charges. Okay, let's see what this is all about.
Mr. Estrada, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. On the gun case, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. On the DWI, you're facing up to 6 months in jail. Looks like you guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 6 days in jail with credit for 2 on both of those cases. You need to understand that both of those cases will go on the record. They're going to be there for the rest of your life. You can never take them off. Do you understand? This is important because if you ever get pulled over, officer looks you up. They're going to see all the DWI. They're going to see the gun case. If they roll up to your car and it smells like weed, it smells like alcohol, what do you think they're going to do? Right. What we're doing today, from now on, you are facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. Do you understand? They can use these to enhance your punishment. You're looking at a minimum of 90. How do you plead to the offense? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, like I said, you can never change this. I take it the case upstairs is being dismissed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what about the weapon? Okay, so the weapon will also be forfeited, meaning that you're not going to get it back. You understand? I am going to suspend your license for 90 days.
Would you hear,
Drive until you get a license.
would you hear evidence on the surcharge?
Yes.
Judge, he's 20 years old. He works in a warehouse. He lives with mom and dad. He takes care of mom and dad. He helps pay for rent, pay for things around the house. He's trying to get his life together. His hours fluctuate between 20 and 40 hours a week, 40 on a good week, 20 on a normal week. He's 20 years old, just or 21 now. 22, I apologize.
How much money do you make a month, sir?
900. Well, I would make 900.
900 every week? You need to understand that DWI is big business in this country.
That's a decent salary for a 21-year-old. That's $3,600 a month. Now, why does it helps out with his parents? I don't know the situation. I have no idea. But $3,600 a month, that is, what is it? That is 36,000 over 10 months. Or just over 40 grand a year. Yeah, I mean, there are better salaries, but at 21, that is, if you live at home with mom and dad, that is more than sufficient to get savings and everything. Again, I have no idea about his home life. Maybe his parents cannot work for some reason or another. I don't know. But for just over 40 grand a year, why are you out doing crime? Why? The time it takes for you, Mr. I don't care, to do these crimes is time you could work. It's time you can work. So, if you took a second job, a second part-time job, all of a sudden you're making 60 grand a year. Yes, you're working your ass off, but then you would also be somebody that employees want to hire. So why this is so well, let's just say it's very probable that somebody who actually wants to work and make 40 grand a year will have your job soon.
What he's trying to do is he's trying to have me erase around $3,000 worth of surcharges that you would otherwise pay, not to mention court costs of another $400 to $500. So you could potentially be rolling out of here with around $3,500 in court costs. And if you don't pay it, you go to jail 1 day for every $100 you owe. So you could be doing a ton of jail time. You know, we're all allowed to make mistakes in lives, right? But the idea is that you don't continue to make mistakes where you endanger other people's lives. A second DWI, you're looking at surcharges of around $6,000. Do you understand? For $40, one button, an Uber will take you wherever you want to go. It don't matter how many beers, how many shots of tequila, take an Uber. Do you understand? All right, I'll waive it for you.
I agree.
This time?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's it. You understand?
Thank you.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. What are the bond conditions that we have?
Okay, so I thought this would be longer, but we are apparently watching a docket day. So, yeah, first guy got, oh, he got lucky. Judge was lenient, I believe, in my opinion, very lenient. So let's check out the next one.
Judge, we have no contact whatsoever with Gracia Padron and Melissa Padron. We also have no drugs and no firearms, weapons, or ammunition.
So the assault is, who's the complaining witness in our assault case?
So on the assault here is Gracie Padron, and then the felon.
You know who that is in relation to this gentleman?
His partner's mother.
Yes, and then the partner is the complainant in the felony.
Okay. You're lucky to be out with as much baggage as you got, Mr. Warren. I mean, your history is just deadly conduct, unlawful carrying of a weapon, assault of a family member, violation of protective order, failure to ID, terroristic threat, violation of protective order, evading arrest, harassment, felony assault, failure to ID, criminal issue, violation of protective order, and now a felony assault and another assault. You're laughing like it's funny. It's it's sad because all of these cases that you have, no self-control. You get angry, you wig out, and that's not the way we work, man. I'm going to protect my community at all costs, Mr. Warren. And if I have to make your bond $2 million, I'm going to do it in a heartbeat to protect my community. Do you understand? You have one issue. I'm going to keep you. That's it. I'm not asking for much, man. Just don't have contact with these people. Self-control. Do you understand? It's not hard. What do you do with yourself these days? Where do you work at? Are you working full time? Great. Like full blown like you're working 40 hours a week?
Yes, sir.
Great. That's good. I mean, I'm making that a bond condition as well. And when I'm working 40 hours a week, when you have too much time on your hands, you get self-destructive, man. You just need to occupy your time, make your money, and just move on. Don't have contact, don't have any weapons, and then we're cool. All right?
Your Honor.
You got this.
Respectively, due to the nature how it's continuously picking up the same complaint, we would also request GPS monitor to reflect the felony who have GPS monitoring on that for the same reason.
He has a GPS monitor right now.
We'd want the bond conditions here to reflect that as well.
Is it through the felony court?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so TACRs, you've got it on anyways. So know your every whereabouts. Don't go near these people. You got to charge it every single day, Mr. Warren. If you don't charge it, the battery's going to go dead. So does the bond. You understand? Okay, man. All right. Thanks.
Right this way.
Great.
May I approach? I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Does your guy have a BVR too? Yeah.
Sarah Castillo, Judge.
What's going on with that?
On December 31st, it looks like, she reported for.
Positive?
Positive for alcohol.
Is she here now?
She's in the box, Judge. This is a single violation.
Come
Judge.
up, Miss Castillo.
It's the first time we've ever had any issue with her.
So-
We'll say I talked to her right after she learned that she tested positive. She sounded really sick. She sent me, pictures of the NyQuil that she was taking that had alcohol. And Judge, I'm not gonna sit here and insult your intelligence and try and say that that's what it was. I'm
So, look.
not gonna do that, but.
If you ever test positive again, I'm now amending your bond conditions to put a leg monitor on you so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. If you ever test positive again, I don't care what it is. I don't care what anyone told you. You know, and you should know what you're putting in your body. I don't care what the excuse is. But if I find that you test positive, you have any more bond violations, I'm going to lock you up. That's it. Do you understand? Okay, so I'm amending your bond condition, put a scram on her ankle now. And I'll pay for it. Yeah. I want to make sure she's not consuming. If after a while she's not using, then we can talk, but I'm not going to take her word for it. We did that now. And where did it get us? So now I need more physical proof that she's not going to use. So now you're going to have a very cumbersome ankle monitor. You're going to have to explain to everybody what it is. Hopefully you get that. But court orders are court orders. And that's it. You're supposed to follow, and you don't. There are dire consequences. The next time you're going to stay with me. You understand? Okay. Here we go. I'll pay for it.
Okay.
And then here we are.
All right then.
All right, cool. So we'll just do a normal setting, whatever you want, you know? Sure, yeah, absolutely. But
We're able to sit down and go through.
understand, it's no tolerance at this point. If I get another positive, if you fail to charge it like you're supposed to, if the battery goes dead, so does the bond. You understand? Okay. All right, Colin. Good luck.
Very good, Judge. Thank you.
All right.
Not much to say here. Don't violate your bond. Just don't. There's a big discussion in the chat about school and classes and everything. It's fascinating to listen to Judge Fletscher and keeping an eye on what you do in the chat. And so by the way, thank you all for being here, for joining me in reacting and commentary to Judge Fletscher's court. Thank you for being here. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. You know the drill. You know the drill.
Please. Are you Miss Alani Jones? I'm sorry, Alani Keontae Gonzalez.
Yes, yes.
Miss Gonzalez, your lawyers asked for me to set you a bond. You are a fugitive from justice. There's another state that wants you. I don't know why. I know that you're going to tell me it's little bunnies jumping in the woods, but I have to get to know you in a very short period of time. So please, let's get to meet Miss Gonzalez.
Your Honor, Ms. Gonzalez is one out of the state of Louisiana, specifically Baton Rouge Parish, for 2 offenses, the first felony larceny and the second monetary instrument abuse. I don't see that there's a bond there. She has no holds out of any other jurisdictions, Your Honor.
Any other criminal history? Okay. How old is she? How old are you?
23.
You're 23.
And Judge, yes, that is true. She has no criminal history. She is indicating to me that she lives in Houston. She works in Houston. She has no recollection of even going to this parish. I've explained to her that you will give her 14 days if you give her a bond to go down there and settle this matter. We have no information about the case that we can give to her. She needs to go to Louisiana and handle that. She understands that. She's never been in trouble, never been in jail. She's asking for you to set her bond so her family can bond her out and assist her in getting to Louisiana to address these issues.
I'm okay with giving her a bond. I mean, it's nonviolent. I don't have any, significant criminal history.
I'm not opposed.
So the next question is how much? Amy, guys, what do you say? What do you think?
It's just an to a bond, but we'd be opposed to a loan. Maybe like 5,000.
Judge, I would ask for $1,500. She's 23 years old. She works at a bar, on tips. Her family is willing to assist her. But I do believe that based on that information alone, that she's willing to do the right things, go and report back because she knows that you will issue a warrant for her arrest and bring her right back in the event that she does not obey these court's orders.
Ms. Gonzalez, you need to
As
understand,
a 3-year-old, she wanted me to.
you need to understand that these are serious charges and we take these really, really serious, you know? If you want me to set you a bond, I will. I'll set your bond at $1,500, but you have to understand that you're gonna have to probably pony up all of that money. It's not the 10% deal because you're a fugitive, meaning you are a flight risk in and of itself because it's out of another state. I will give you the opportunity to bond out, but I want you to understand, we don't play games here. So if from the day that you're released, we give you 2 weeks to go turn yourself into Baton Rouge and take care of the business that you have there. You have to turn yourself in. There's no bond to post there. If you fail to do that, I'm going to revoke this bond. I'm going to set it at 0. I'm not going to give you another one. So if you fail to do it, I'm going to get you back because you can't run forever. And this time I'm going to hold you in custody until Baton Rouge comes and picks you up.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So we'll set bond at $1,500 and then,
I will add she's waived, so she can name she, or withdraw her waiver tonight.
okay. So she did waive.
Correct. On the-
Have you spoken to any family members to make sure that they can make that bond?
No, Judge, I have
Okay,
not.
so the deal is this, is that, you know, we give them 14 days to come pick you up, 14 days from the day that you waive. When did she waive?
Yesterday.
She waived today?
Yesterday.
Yes, so you have 1 day credit toward that 14 days. When you have to withdraw that waiver to be able to bond out, you lose that 1 day credit. And so that's why I would like, you know, prior to you withdrawing that waiver, let Shibli reach out to your family to make sure they can make that bond because I don't want you to lose that 1 day credit, you know? So we can put you back once you verify, or if you don't want to, that's okay too. If you know that they're going to bond you out regardless. I don't know. Right.
I can go call them right now.
Well, give the number to Shibli and Shibli can call back there for you and then you guys can talk back there. Okay? And then just let me know.
Yes.
Thanks. Around.
I must say, Judge Fletscher here was because Baton Rouge. I have no idea where that is. Apparently, it's not in Texas. I would not have been as lenient. I mean, if you're a fugitive, that means you're a flight risk, and if you're a flight risk, yeah, there really is no, in my opinion. But then again, I've said it before on other things we heard with Judge Fletscher. He shows compassion sometimes when people don't deserve it. All right, what's the next case here?
Round and around and around and around we have gone. One case, and now a second case, and now we have a bond violation.
Yes, Your Honor, I spoke with my client on January 18th, the family reunion. My client had ordered an Uber. The Uber canceled on him at about 8:40. And so he was gonna order another Uber. His mother asked him not to do that. She said that she would take him home. And they ended up, there was a case on Yara. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. But after that was over, then his mother took him home. That is why he allowed him. One day his mother was here. He didn't have any questions. So
Is that mom there?
yes.
She speak English? I'm not gonna have you translate.
But Your Honor, he has had no other violations. He has 1 day of community service left on his PTI. And he is also currently working and should have the rest of the money for the restitution. Which is $2,000.
This is what we're gonna do. I'm sending him for a drug and alcohol test right now. I want to know what, if anything, is in his system. And then we're gonna go from there. So I'm sending you now for a drug test. And then let's just put it on for tomorrow. I want to know what the drug test if anything is going to say. Or can you be here tomorrow?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm sending you for a drug test now, and then you're up here, right back here, so we can redo everything and see. It's unacceptable. You know what the rule is. You're under strict compliance with 2 cases that are open. This is not the first bond violation that we've had. I'm extremely upset with you, Mr. Gonzalez. I'm not taking any action now, but I want to see what the test says, and we'll go forward tomorrow. Okay?
Okay. Do you want him to come back today? After
Tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test right now. If you fail the test, if you fail to go, I'm going to revoke your bond. I want you back here tomorrow, and I want to see what the results are, and we'll go forward from there. Okay?
There's a few things to address.
Again, very, very lenient. Apparently, prior violations. And now, again, sometimes I believe Judge Fletscher is too lenient. But then again, sometimes you have these great stories about people who has been in front of Judge Fletscher and then simply stops doing crime. Just because they had that one person in their life who showed compassion. Let's see what this is. Next one is all about.
Yes, Your Honor. There is a bond violation currently right now, and we of course want to address that. I believe it occurred on the 19th of January. Her being, I think, either 14 or 17 minutes late against the curfew. And so when I spoke with my client on this, she explained it as far as what the situation was. This was the Friday right before the big snow, and everyone was going crazy. Of course, we all anticipated like it was going to be the last freeze. So she went to the store to be able to get supplies and load up on all of the necessaries, as everyone felt they should. And of course, the stores are crowded. Traffic is everywhere. Prior to going to the store, my client took her 3-year-old daughter to her 70-year-old aunt's house. And the reason being is because, one, her daughter has special needs and she just does not do well in a social setting. And recognizing that it was just craziness, she had to take her there first. Lines along, everything, once she leaves the store, it's apparent that, she very well may not be able to make curfew, but she did have to go get her daughter.
So we only have the one violation at 7:15.
That's correct.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Come up, Mr. Treadwell. Ma'am, it's not the end of the world. I get it. But bond conditions are bond conditions, and you have 2 open DWIs, and you must understand that you and I are operating under strict compliance. And we'll give you a pass now. It's not going to happen again, though. Do you understand? Okay. All right, counsel.
Other matter, Your Honor, we did also want to approach on the court's consideration, or more so reconsideration of the recommendation for inpatient treatment. Now, we visited this previously.
Correct. And every time I deviate from said thing, we end up regretting it.
And
10 times over. So
you shared that with us last time. I do understand that. I at least want to do my client a little justice and at least give him some reasoning behind why we believe outpatient would be a little more appropriate. So the first thing is my client, she has been sober for 103 days. She has exercised diligently and staying committed to sobriety while she has been released. She has been regularly attending AA meetings, meeting with substance abuse counselor who just had a home visit with her a few days ago. She has obtained her health insurance, which was previously lost due to the loss in employment, but now she can further recovery by taking advantage of the psychiatric care, therapy, and whatnot. And 2, and this is really primary, it's the family circumstances. The circumstances of the family are the type that requires my client's presence at home. She is the caregiver primary caregiver of 2 daughters, ages 10 and 3. The 3-year-old, as we shared before, is a special needs child. And when she was in custody after the second offense, it was her parents who did take care of the children. It was.
So luckily we have that going.
Well, yeah.
Have someone to watch the kids.
Yeah, and that was for just about 30 days or so. Definitely operated as a hardship as the parents. And of course, in these kind of situations, there's going to be sacrifices. Sacrifices has to be made by all parties. But we're talking about now 180 days, 6 times that amount, which, you know, again, I think it would be a tremendous hardship. And particularly with, you know, I think a lot could be said about it, but particularly with the special needs child, what we do know about that demographic is they need routine. You know, routine is keen in their lives. If that is removed, it's, you know, they could get discombobulated and you know, it could operate as a crisis to them. So what we do know is if she does have to go to this outpatient program, home is no longer going to be there. They're going to have to move with whomever.
You say she doesn't have health insurance?
Oh, she does. She does now. She obtained it as of July 31st. July 31st, right? Yes. I'm sorry, January 31st, excuse me. But yeah, so they would have to move. They would have to switch schools, just uprooted from the life that, you know, these girls do know and understand. And again, particularly with the special needs one, possibly not even be able to attend, is it occupational therapy? Occupational and speech therapy. Thirdly, Your Honor, when I had early on in this case, I had acknowledged, I had informed the court of my client, she is prescribed Adderall. And at the time of the offense, during the time of these offenses, her therapist had, you know, they were adjusting her meds, even had her on an extremely high dose of Adderall. And, you know, I don't want to portray myself as an expert in this at all, because I just found this information out. And that is that Adderall with alcohol, of course, that's a bad idea already. Okay, but what it does on a molecular level, they're both fighting for enzymes, and the enzymes are what's extracting it, getting it out of the body. The effect is that they mask each other. And so someone that is drinking while on Adderall, they're drinking, they're not feeling the effects. You know, they're drinking and drinking. Your body is not telling you, okay, hey, we're intoxicated. But all the while, of course, the blood alcohol levels are.
Excuse me, counsel? Your
they're drinking, they're not feeling.
Let's see here. I need to go back and listen to his trail of thought here.
Of course, that's a bad idea already. Okay, but what it does on a molecular level, they're both fighting for enzymes, and the enzymes are what's extracting it, getting it out of the body. The effect is that they mask each other. And so someone that is drinking while on Adderall, they're drinking, they're not feeling the effects.
Well, yeah, but also, you know it. That things mask each other. If you're on Adderall, you know that drinking loses effect on both. So it's a bit of an active choice here.
You know, drinking and drinking, your body is not telling you, okay, hey, we're intoxicated. But all the while, of course, the blood alcohol levels are through the roof, even to a fatal level in some instances. The blood alcohol levels here are, they're up there.
How high are we talking?
We're talking high, Your Honor. You know.
Very large.
Yes, Judge.
Yeah, no, and you know, I understand, and that is.
You know, you realize that most people at that level, you know, 0.4 is dead.
That's right.
Right? You're at a 0.4, you're dead. At a normal person at 0.3, they'd be passed out 3 times over. Right? It's to be able to get to that level at a 0.3 and then a 0.2 on that truly tells me that there is an issue there.
Well, absolutely.
Right? And me, with that kind of levels, right? And we have 2 open DWIs. If I don't follow the recommendation, because that's why we have these people, they're clinicians, they're experts in what they do. They make the evaluation, they make the choices. I understand it will create a hardship, but sometimes that's what needs to happen to gain perspective and to gain knowledge. You know, I understand your plight. I understand your position. Every time I deviate, you regret. She has a 0.3 and a 0.2. What was it? A 0.28 and a 0.3 on two different DWIs.
That's not a low amount, folks. 0.28. That yeah. Okay. 0.3, 0.28. That's let's have a bottle of vodka for lunch level.
That's correct, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Just,
you know, and again, I know that
I
that is
understand.
directly
I'm never going to be
attributed
such a lawyer for, you know, zealously advocating, and I appreciate it. And, you know, you have to do what you have to do. I understand. Sorry. It's too much. You know, if it was a 0.4 or 0.14, but we have a 0.3 and then we have a 0.28. Really, it's too much. I don't know how you want to move forward, but I am sorry. I don't want to deviate from it. You know, we can give you time to make arrangements, but I think that that's the appropriate course of action. I'm sorry, Ms. Treadwell. You know, there are consequences to actions, right? And I know that it's going to be hard, but I think it's going to be all for the better.
You know, Your Honor, I absolutely agree that, you know, you know, when we're talking about treatment, you know, who can speak against that? And I do understand that.
And we're giving it to you for free. You get out there, you're going to have to pay for it on your own. You're going to end up thousands and thousands of dollars to pay for it. I can't pay for a treatment on the outside. I'm telling you, I know that you have insurance. Insurance is only going to cover a portion. When you go to these outpatient treatment programs, they're thousands of dollars.
You know, there is also the KEYS program and the Access program that, you know,
She's a 0.31 and a 0.28. Really, that needs a lot. That's why they recommended it.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but
yeah, that's a vodka lunch.
I wish I could make a different decision, but sometimes we have to make tough decisions as well, you know? And I'm sorry, Ms. Treadwell, but you know, I will give you as much time as you need to make arrangements, but I truly think that that's the best and appropriate course of action. Okay.
How much time?
I mean, your first case is.
Yeah, I mean, if you have one DUI case and then pick up another one. Yeah, here I think Judge Fletscher is doing it's the correct decision. By the way, thank you to Parabellum for gifting 5 memberships. It went to Iris, Pamela, Crystal, Nikki, and Darlene. Congratulations. You guys now have access to all my members only content, to your own emojis here on YouTube, and also if you go to the community section on my YouTube channel, you have access to my Discord. Yay! Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, if you just joined here and wonder, oh, do I have to go all the way back an hour and a half for other things? No, you don't. I will cut some of these out as separate videos. They will be published tomorrow, on Sunday. So you can come back tomorrow and watch them at when you please.
Your second case is 104 days. The first case is 153 days. So you've got some time, but I mean, we're running up against it. You know, I'll give you another 30-day setting. That's it.
Your Honor, will we bid in 45 days? Because there's gonna have to be some major movement that is done on her end, to even try to get someone and make arrangements for the
I will give
children.
it to you, but that's it. I mean, really,
No, I get it.
at the next setting, it's player trial. I'm not going to play this game. I will give you the 45 days, but everything needs to be done by that time. Okay? All right. Sorry, sir. Please. Mr. Perez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. So correct me if I'm wrong, that he was out on bond on this case, right?
Judge, I'm not.
Yeah, we gave him a general bond and he failed to appear. You know, Mr. Perez, we gave you a free bond and you got out there. All you had to do was come back. And when you come back, good things happen. I want you to listen. Your failure to appear, we issued a warrant. We revoked the bond. You ended up going back to jail and you spent enough time to where immigration was able to put a detainer on you. That's why you were stuck in there now. For future reference, when you pick up a criminal case, come to court because good things happen. Had you come back, it probably could have been resolved in a good way for you. Do you understand?
Yes.
You also need to understand that what you're doing now is you are pleading guilty to the offense of driving while intoxicated.
We're actually putting on probable cause.
Oh, you are? Oh, I thought you were pleading to. Oh, my fault. Well, it may end up good. I don't know.
Actually, once he was detained, he was taken to immigration almost immediately.
Oh, really?
The GOP bond.
Okay, I thought he got out. You sent to immigration?
Yes, he was denied bond and he was
Got
returned.
it. Okay, well, he got a bond, I guess, because of the GOB, they.
Correct.
So you don't think there's PC?
I don't think there's probable cause in this decision.
Do it up.
Yes, Judge. On December 16th, 2024, at approximately 12 a.m., the officers were stationary on West San Houston Parkway when a prohibited vehicle alert displayed a gray Mustang that was prohibited on the toll road. The officer observed that the vehicle was prohibited since August 25th, 2024, and owed $1,536 to the Harris County Toll Road Authority. The officer initiated a traffic stop. Upon contact with the defendant, who was the driver of the vehicle, the officer observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, red glossy eyes, and slurred speech. The officer observed the vehicle to be registered to the defendant, and the defendant admitted to drinking. Stand-up sobrieties were conducted, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 4 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. The DIC was read, and the defendant consented to breath.
I'm leaning on the Larry here, the DUI guy plus. Don't take field sobriety tests. Demand a breathalyzer or a blood test. But because field sobriety tests are like lie detectors. It's garbage. Absolute garbage, in my opinion. Could I, for instance, if I drove through the United States, which I did this summer, back in August, and I will be back in September, going to Utah. When I drive, let's say I drive, I get stopped. And for whatever reason, the cops tells me I need to have you do a field sobriety test. All I can say is, I will fail that because I'm a fucking cripple. I have arthritis in both knees. I walk with a cane. I can't do field sobriety tests. And I'm lucky because I know about what my bad knees. I know about my bad ankles. I can express that. A person who is just driving and have general hurt might not know it. And these people will fail a field sobriety test. And sometimes, even if you succeed in a field sobriety test, it's the cop's subjective opinion. And if they don't like your shirt, they will pick you up for a DUI or DWI. So I will refer to Larry the DUI guy plus when it comes to field sobriety tests. Now this guy apparently also blew high on breathalyzer, making the field sobriety test unnecessary in itself.
The results were 0.067 and 0.065. And the officer further stated that the defendant's BAC would have been 0.085 at the time of stop. And that was whatever that, yeah.
Okay. What's your argument?
So my concern is that it seems like the police officer has some type of suspicion that he was intoxicated, asked him to do this FST.
No.
Yes, sir.
The stop was initially because it's a prohibited vehicle, right? You owe a crap load of fines and fees to the toll road. You're not supposed to be on the toll road, right?
Right. But I mean, in regards to DWI, Judge, I mean, he asked him to do SFSTs, he conducted those, and he doubled down on his suspicion and asked him to do the breathalyzer. An hour and a half later, he blows under the legal limit, 0.065. That's significantly less. Now, it's the cop's suspicion. Now, at that point, he uses speculative reasoning to believe that it was a 0.08 at the time that he was driving without any type of scientific method or any type of legal scientific basis.
Remember, this is probable cause. We can't get into the facts to whether he's guilty or not guilty, whether he's really at a 0.08 at the time of driving. I don't know, but that's why we have trials, to give them the opportunity to respond to what your argument is, because they can't possibly do it now, you know?
I guess my concern is that if you look at the circumstances in totality, I mean, it seems like if the police officer was doubling down on his suspicion, asking to do a breathalyzer, and he passed it, at that point, the other exams were basically just a physical test instead of actually a test for intoxication.
And you may be well right as far as beyond a reasonable doubt. But this is just a probable cause to see if we go forward. Set the case for trial. I think, you know, it would be a great trial.
In that case, Judge, we would ask for the earliest trial.
Yeah, but here we have a good stop.
Yes, Judge.
Smell alcohol.
Yes, then glossy eyes, and then also, I apologize, let me pull it, and slurred speech. And then after
We've got
that,
all the indicia to begin the DWI investigation, right? Did they do any SFSTs?
after that, they did SFSTs, and they had 6 out of 6 HGNs, 4 out of 8 walking front, and 3 out of 4 one-leg stand.
Right. So I think that there's enough just to go forward for probable cause purposes. Now, set it, you know, you may be right as far as they may, you know, it's good for probable cause, but it may not be enough for beyond a reasonable doubt. I have to give them at least, we got to give them 30 days. So we can set up a trial in 30 days. Be ready, watch the videos just to make sure, you know, it coincides and.
Just to understand, I have to wait 30 days to set it, or I can?
No.
Now,
Let them know now so that they can get their ducks in a row as far as subpoenas and all that, you know, and is what discovery's in.
Yes, and it's completed, yes, you have. We're just missing station video, but everything else.
Okay, that's a big part, you know, because you're gonna need that as far as breath testing and stuff. So, I mean, just stay on top of it. If you want to set it now,
yes,
and if you want to get a couple of weeks just to see if you can get the video, whatever you want to do. Okay. Just let Victoria know.
Have a good one.
Hi, good morning, Mr.
We
Lee.
have Mr. Khalifa. He is in custody. And
K, right?
Yes, with the K.
How's Mr. Khalifa?
He is, you know,
I can. It's just.
he is very adamant. So
Okay. I'm just going to go back to the start of, I mean, don't drink. Just don't drink and drive, folks. Just don't. It's just bad. Now, okay. Unpopular opinion, but drinking and driving is a severe problem all around the world. All around the world. If we were able to tell, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be hard to tell car manufacturers to say, instead of a key, with a key, just because it's easy to install. It is more or less, it's a $50 installment or $100 installment on a car for a breathalyzer to start the car. Yes, you can cheat. Yes, you can make your spouse blow instead of you. But then you have a severe charge coming your way. All right, what was this next case?
Couple of weeks just to see if you can get the video. Whatever you want to do. Okay. Just let Victoria know.
Hi. Good
morning, Mr.
I
Lee.
have Mr. Khalifa. He is in custody and.
K, right?
Yes, with the K.
How's Mr. Khalifa?
He is, you know.
I can. It's just.
He is very adamant. Say that.
Yeah.
So
it's an understatement, right?
His felony attorney, I actually know his attorney that's on his felony, and he was here this morning. And I was talking to the chief, and you know, at this point, it would be time to set these for trial.
Okay.
And
it's up to you. I mean,
I'm asking for 2 weeks to talk to felony to see if they want to dismiss it. But if it does go to trial, I'll need an Arabic interpreter to review evidence, and I think also.
Are there videos? Hold on a second. Whoa. Have you looked at the discovery?
Yes.
Is there stuff in Arabic?
Yes, there is stuff in Arabic.
Okay, so you got to go get all that stuff. That's how, hey, they're saying some of the videos are in Arabic.
For the text,
Right.
the text.
So remember, we need at least 45 days to just translate that video into Arabic.
Right.
So get on it now. Are you going to go to trial on this thing?
If they don't dismiss it, I am.
Okay, so can you send it to get, you need to transcribe it in Arabic. That takes at least 45 days.
Right, and we just.
Yeah, prosecution. If you know that discovery is in Arabic, what are you waiting for? If you intend to take it to trial, what are you waiting for?
Our office speaks Arabic and he has his own document.
No, but they send it out. But you got to put in the order now,
Yes, sir.
if you don't mind, please. Okay, so.
If they don't dismiss it, we have no reason not to.
Yes, hey, look, what I'm saying, let's get the order in now.
Exactly.
Because it takes 45 days. That's why.
Well, they may dismiss, but. I don't know.
And May is a big, you know,
I understand.
I want to make sure that gets done so he doesn't languish in custody because
Exactly.
we can't go to trial until that video is
Well,
transcribed.
no bonded on his felony, and that trial date's October 9th.
Of next year.
Well, this year now, 2025. Yeah.
They set a trial for October of this year?
And he has no bond in the 179th. So.
I have a trial in October, so go on felony. They got set last month.
Should we just get a trial date out, you know, maybe 2 months?
No. I mean, let's just make sure the stuff gets done. Because when you set stuff out that far, they tend to not look at it because they're just so busy. It's better to just keep little settings so we know that we can get on
Should I
top
do
of
like a
it.
2-week reset and then we'll.
Yeah, you want to eval it too?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, set it 2 weeks, eval it.
Okay.
And then if it's good for you, start putting the video in to get transcribed. Because he says he's going to trial unless you dismiss it. So, yeah, okay, all right. Christian. Hi.
Need to get more Arabic speaking cases. Sorry.
That would be an interesting case.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways.
All right, Your Honor, I got Mr. Kabir, who's in the boxes for
Okay.
VDR. I have a feeling you're gonna wanna raise bond or do something, so
Come on, Mr. Kabir.
if you were leaning towards that, I would like to request a hearing and have a record on it.
Sure.
But that's only if you wanna raise, I hope.
This is an attorney who has been in front of Judge Fletscher before. It's obvious. It's obvious. He's a seasoned attorney. You can also see it on the way he dresses. He knows about court decorum. I have no idea who this attorney is, but I like him based on that alone.
Hope you don't.
I mean, he tested positive. I've asked him not to use. I've asked him not to consume anything illegal. I've asked him not to consume alcohol. He's still using, you know?
Your Honor, it was, I spoke with pretrial, if, just hear me out for a second.
Sure.
Spoke with pretrial, it's presumptively for THC. You know, things like Delta 8, kratom, hemp, those are all legal.
I admonish him over and over. This is our third bond violation. If I let him go, I'm enabling the behavior and I'm saying that it's okay to happen. It's a third bond violation, Mr. Kabir. I'm setting you for a hearing in 3 days. You must be here, be ready to go forward. Do you understand? I can't continue. It's a third bond violation. It's unacceptable.
Understand. And look, I appreciate you giving us a little time for the hearing. I also, and I was here yesterday as well. We are looking like, it looks like we're about ready to set this for trial anyway. Do you want to wait till the hearing?
If you want to set it, you can, but I'm requiring his presence in 3 days here to have the BVR hearing.
You said 3 days or 3
days? No, 3 days. So that you can get all your ducks in a row, get all the evidence you need. State, get ready, please, as well.
Yes, Judge.
But, you know, if it was a first, we admonish. Second, sometimes, okay, we're now at a third time. No. Yeah, okay, I'll see you in 3 days. If you ever miss again.
All right, folks. We have been going at this for 2 hours and plenty of cases in front of Judge Fletscher. I will take the interesting ones. I will make them into videos and post them tomorrow and maybe on Monday as well. That way, if hey, I want to watch more and see my reaction to it, you can at your own time. Or you can just watch this stream again. But that is for a Saturday because it is 9 p.m. now. I have stuff to do. I have people to meet and a girlfriend to. Never mind. Yeah, I'm getting a visitor here in an hour. Miss Viking is coming by after work. So yeah, Judge Fletscher, I will on those days where none of my other trials and cases I cover, I have Judge Fletscher, I have Judge Boyd. There's a lot of interesting stuff in there, which I can watch together with you guys. And it will be very, very fun to do that. So I hope you will return for that. So everybody, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you to Christine being a member for 19 months. Thank you to Amber Dawn for your $2 super chat. Thank you to Lil Pill being a member for 3 months. Thank you to Parabellum for gifting 5 memberships. And here's DSN. Thank you for the membership. And thank you to Sparkyzilla over at Rumble for your $5 Rumble rant. Thank you so much. From me and Mr. Jingles, I will see you Monday. And remember, folks, hug your family. Unless your family's crap, then screw them and give your love to the people who deserve it. Okay? See you Monday. Bye-bye.